In this video, sponsored by the makers of Call of Dragons, we're going to be checking out the Brink of War, which is the equivalent of Rise of Kingdoms, Eve of the Crusade. Both of these events are 6-day events that take place over 3 stages. Each stage lasts 2 days. Now, we'll go over what we have here in Call of Dragons. I'll bring sort of comparison points to what we have in Rise of Kingdoms, and we'll talk about the pros and cons of each of them. And I think this approach is very, very good for Call of Dragons in general. And I think that, generally speaking, there's a phrase I really like. It's steal shamelessly from the best practices of your competitors. Or in this case, we know from Rise of Kingdoms that these sort of hype-up events actually are very fun and generate hype. And so bring it into Call of Dragons. So here we are. Before you just enter into your new season, you compete against the other realms you're going to be battling against in these 3 stages. Stage 1 is called Keeping the Peace. And in this stage, which we are in right now, you can go and you can battle these shadow trolls, and those will give you points in the event. Or the better thing to do, but more time consuming, is that you rally down these elite shadow trolls. So I can set a rally, well, except my alliance already has one on this one, of course, but I could set a rally on one of these elite shadow trolls, and the best way to go and do this would be to have one other person in the rally with you. You get points when the shadow troll gets taken down. Do not get extra points for having lots of people in the shadow troll rally. So this, by the way, is very similar to Rise of Kingdoms. It's almost like a combination of Stage 1 and Stage 3 of Eve of the Crusade, where it's Marauders, and also you've got Marauder Forts in Rise of Kingdoms. Here, they combine both of those things into one stage, and I think this is fine. I would say that the rewards for Marauders is probably better than what you get here, but I would also say that in one of the later stages, there's going to be some extra rewards. We'll get to that in a minute. So I like this PvE-focused stage being what it is. And I think that overall, it is, just like in Rise of Kingdoms, going to be a true fraction of the total points earned, okay? The next stage that's going to be the real moneymaker, IMO, is training. Look, we know from Rise of Kingdoms that Training Legion, that's like where it really goes down, okay? This is what will decide, for the most part, who wins or loses the rankings here. And we'll talk about what's at stake in these rankings, because it's actually pretty meaningful, just like in Rise of Kingdoms. But what I do also want to call attention to is that in Rise of Kingdoms, we know that the 3rd stage can be a differentiator. Regardless of how much training a group has done, they can get outpaced in that 3rd stage. In Rise of Kingdoms, it is Marauder Forts. Here, it is donations, like you would do in a ruined Crusader fort. So you get 20 donation opportunities. Making a donation gives you back some goodies. And you can see here that you can get triple the points if you donate gems. So you can spend gems to get triple points. And well, I don't know. We haven't done it yet, but I would assume you also get more rewards as well from this chest, but we'll find out. So you typically want to donate the resource you have the most of. Spoiler alert, do not donate your mana in this game. That is not the resource you want to be donating, okay? What you end up donating will probably end up based on what you use most in the open field. Whatever resource they don't need, that's what you're going to donate. Most likely. I think for most people, it's either going to be gold or wood, all right? And when we get a look here at the info section for all of this, you can see that it works as described. No additional information here, but one thing we have not yet talked about is, hey, so what are the prizes for your placement? And if we swing back over here, we can get a look at the rankings. As an individual, I have 11 on the board right now for personal contribution. But, you know, your personal contribution really doesn't matter. It's all about the realm score at the end of the day. And rank 1 gives you a 3% damage boost for the whole season. Just like in Rise of Kingdoms. Rank 2 is 2%. Rank 3 is 1% damage boost. Rank 4 is a CP recovery bonus. And rank 5 is a Legion March speed boost. I don't know that a CP recovery bonus really is what I would put it for. I'd probably swap that out with something else, maybe. And maybe swap up the resource gathering. I mean, maybe the CP recovery is better, actually. Yeah, I can see why that's there. So those are the bonuses, okay? And if there's lots of realms, hero experience bonus is what you get there, which is the obviously weakest of them all. You want a combat-related bonus for you, right? As an individual, if you rank 1 overall for the event, you get 50 legendary hero tokens that are not season bound. Rank 2 is 40, rank 3 is 30, rank 4 through 10 is 15, rank 11 through 20 is 10. So this is really not an event that you do for the legendary hero token. It is an event you do for the realm boost. For the realm. For the good of the realm. I feel like I'm in Game of Thrones, you know? For the good of the realm. Like Varys over here. I have birds. Now, with that said, if we get a look here at the kingdoms we're up against, the realms, this banding is very close. This banding for kingdoms is very, very close. 87 for us, 80, almost 86 for them, right? 85 and a half. 80 for the next one, and then 73.4. This is very close banding. In my personal experience, this is really not going to matter compared to when you go in and you do your training. Now, it all matters, though, because I've also seen insanely close comebacks from the final stage. So we'll see how this works here. You get a limited number of donation chances. So my assumption here is that these donation chances will refresh every 20 to 30 minutes. So in a lot of ways, whichever realm is bigger, like it has the most accounts, is more likely to do well in this stage. But the points are all cumulative across all the stages, all right? Now, if we get a look at our matchmaking, you can see that we're in the upper left. I believe that well, if it were Rise of Kingdoms, that would mean that we're marked as the strongest of all these groups. I don't actually know the strength of all these kingdoms, but I do know who is here. And it is funny that, like, without getting into all the drama, you will see a lot of familiar faces from our prior season. So hilariously enough, yes, we are up against people we have fought in the past, which, like, it's kind of funny. SOS1, Calling of Courage. This is where we're at. So this is going to have, I think, very similar phases to what we're used to. You capture behemoths. We're going to capture passes and advance through the zones and defeat the flame dragon. And, like, that all seems pretty good. The one thing that will be new here is mastery skills. And I don't think we'll have seasoned talents, which means long-range warfare is gone. Right when I finally really am ready to take advantage of long-range warfare, GG. Your heroes will issue 3 protector quests each day. By completing them, you earn stone testaments, symbols of your hero's trust. Only by joining together and fighting shoulder to shoulder, protect the Stone of Peace. Mastery monoliths. As the season progresses, players will gain up to 5 mastery monoliths, which can be used to activate mastery skills. Use stone testaments to unlock random mastery skills and activate them on monoliths to expand your hero's repertoire of abilities. There are some really crazy skill combinations that I think are going to work out here. It's a 4-way struggle, so 4 regions battle. We know this. I showed you the map. Siege bastions seem really cool. They attack alliance buildings within range and can be garrisoned. We'll see how it works, and of course, there's new policies. I suppose they could make long-range warfare policy, and, like, I would absolutely take that without hesitation. So this gives you the overview of the Brink of War event. Critical, I think, for your realm's morale. But at the end of the day, I've seen groups that win this lose KVK. I've seen groups that lose this go on to win. Like, it just, anybody's game, man. But the hype from the event is still pretty cool. All right. And I don't think everybody is in this alliance right now, but apparently, yeah, everybody's not here. We're at like 8 billion power, but apparently we're at like 18 something billion power, which is really crazy. So I don't know. Our migration went very well. I talked about that in a different video. I'll have a card in the end screen in just a second if you want to see about the hype up for the migration and what our power was beforehand. Also, if you're looking for just more information about the most recent update, card will be right over here. I have 165 pet slots now, man, for skills. Oh my gosh, it's so nice. The struggle was so real before, and now We're cooking, baby. Also, there's a lot to talk about with all the skills you can buy, but I'll have to do that in another video. Until next time, you have fun smashing your enemies. Take care, everybody.